In this video, we are going to learn how to solve absolute value inequalities. So when we're solving absolute value inequalities, we can do so in about 3 steps. Similar to when we solve equations, our first step is going to be to isolate the absolute value bars. Our second step is that we want to set up 2 inequalities. If we have a less than or equal to, this is going to be an and compound inequality. If we have a greater than or equal to, this is going to be an or. So when we have an and, our 2 inequalities are going to look like a compound where we have the negative is less than x, which is less than the positive number. If you have an or inequality, it's going to be x is less than the negative, or x is greater than the positive. We have to make sure that when we are doing the or, we switch our sign with the negative. And then the last step will be to solve the compound inequalities. So let's look at these 2 inequalities and apply our steps. So this says the absolute value of x is less than 4. So that means since it's less than, that's going to be an and inequality. So I can set it up as x is less than 4, but is greater than negative 4. So we have an and inequality. We're going to set it up with less than the positive, greater than the negative. So now if I were to graph this, I would put negative 4, 0, 4. An open circle on 4 and an open circle on negative 4, and the values are going to fall between 4 and negative 4. The interval notation would be from negative 4 to 4. For this other one, it's showing x is greater than or equal to. Since it's greater than, that's an or. So I would say x is greater than or equal to 6, but it's going to be less than or equal to negative 6. So we're going to set up 2 equations. One that's the same as the original, which was x is greater than or equal to 6, and then we're also going to set up the negative one, which is that x is less than or equal to negative 6. So ands go in, ors point out. So when we go to graph our or, I'm going to have a closed circle on 6. And since x is greater than or equal to 6, it's going to go out, or to the right, excuse me. And this says x is less than or equal to negative 6, so less than was going to go left. Now, when we write the interval notation for this, we're actually going to need 2 parts. So this is pointing towards negative infinity. So it's going to be negative infinity to negative 6 is for this first part. Union, and this one's going to go 6 to infinity. So the other part of this interval notation would be 6 to infinity. All right, let's try these steps with a little bit more, a few more numbers. So this is less than means it's an and. So I'm going to write x minus 5 is less than 9, but it's greater than negative 9. So now to solve this equation, I'm going to get the x alone by adding 5. And I have to add 5 to all 3 parts to get the x alone in the middle. And I'm going to get that x is less than 14 but greater than negative 4. So now when I go to graph this, negative 4, 0, 14. I'm going to have an open circle on 4 and an open circle on 14. And my values will be between negative 4 and 14. And this is how I'd write my interval notation. For the next one, similar idea, except for now this is a greater than, so greater than is an or. So I'm going to have 2x plus 7 is greater than or equal to 15, but I'm also going to have 2x plus 7 is less than or equal to negative 15. Now I just want to solve each of these equations, so minus 7. I'm going to have 2x is less than or equal to negative 22. Then I would divide by 2, and I would get x is less than or equal to negative 11. Or, now I need to solve the other equation. So I'm also going to subtract 7. I'm going to get 2x is greater than or equal to 8. X is greater than or equal to 4. So now I have that x is less than or equal to negative 11 or greater than or equal to 4. So to graph this, I put a closed circle on negative 11 and show that it's less than. Put a closed circle on 4 and show that it's greater than. Now to write the interval notation, again, I'm going to write it in two parts. So this first part is negative infinity to negative 11. So negative infinity to negative 11. Square bracket because it's a closed circle. Union, this one starts at 4 and goes to infinity. So 4 to infinity. All right, these last two are a little bit more challenging. We're going to have to use our first step, which is isolate the absolute value first. So I'm going to get this x plus 3 alone first by adding 5. And then dividing by 4. So I get the absolute value of x plus 3 is less than or equal to 7. So again, since it's less than, it's an and inequality. So I can rewrite my equation as x plus 3 is less than or equal to 7, and it's greater than or equal to negative 7. Now to solve this, I want to get this x alone in the middle, so I'm going to minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, and I'll get x is less than or equal to 4, but greater than or equal to negative 10. Now I'm going to graph this. I'm going to have a closed circle on 10 and a closed circle on 4, and x is between negative 10 and 4. So when I write my interval notation, I'm going to write that it's between negative 10 and 4, both with square brackets since they are closed circles and included. On this next one, similarly, I would like to get this absolute value part alone. So to do that, I'm going to minus 9, then divide by 3. Since it's greater than is an or. So I'm going to have x minus 6 is greater than 4, or x minus 6 is less than negative 4. So again, when we have the negative, we have to flip the sign. Now I'm just going to solve each of these. So plus 6, I'm going to have x is less than 2, or plus 6, x is greater than 10. So I'm going to have x is less than 2 with an open circle, and an open circle on 10, and x is greater than 10. To write the interval notation, I want to think about the fact that this is negative infinity to 2, union 10, and then it's going to the right forever, so 10 to infinity. I'm using round brackets on everything because infinities, we will always use round brackets, and 2 and 10 are not included, so we will also use round brackets on those.